Hello, my beautiful Gemini. I am Honest Am, the creator of the Honestly Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared toward millennial women who are truly trying to get their shit together. And this is your first ever empowerment tarot reading where we use the tarot to become the alchemist of our lives. A little bit about me. I do not just use the tarot. I use God and cusses in the same sentence, and I may mispronounce some things, but if it does not stop Charlemagne the God, it will not stop me. So, guys, this is not going to be a typical reading. And this is actually going to be a year ahead reading where we try to see what 2021 is going to be all about, and what potential blocks may be in the way. How can we overcome them, as well as how can we overcome them, as well as like what can we look forward to? Oh, what can we do to prepare for the new year? Y'all almost forgot. All right. God, what messages do you have for my beautiful Gemini collective regarding their life purpose? How can they become the alchemists in their lives? How can they bring heaven on earth or just create change? God, what messages do you have for them and you deem worthy for them to hear about the year ahead, 2021? What can they do this December to prepare for this time? Or any other messages you just deem worthy for them to hear at this time. If their guardian angels, ancestors, beings alive would like to come in that reading, let them know that this is a clear and open space. Beings alive only. I ask that you deliver these messages to me and through me as clear as possible. In God's name, I pray. Angel number 148. Guys, make sure you check out the description box below. There's always additional guidance, angel messages, as well as information regarding Honestly Sis, and booking and all that good stuff. So, ooh, Gemini, look at this. 2021 Workaholic. Angel number 207. So I feel like maybe this year you may be doing a lot of work. Maybe you may be building your business. Maybe this year you were kind of laying the foundation for it. But I feel like 2021 you're going to be hitting the ground running. And maybe God is trying to prevent you from being a workaholic and maybe finding some work-life balance. Underneath all of this is mysticism. So I really feel like the message that I'm kind of getting right away is that God is asking for you to, keep being yourself, keep speaking in your truth, but also knowing that you don't always have to work so hard. When we work, let me calm down. Major number 253. When we are co-creating, or when we're trying to change our life, or when we are trying to, manifest our dreams, just bring these ideas and turn them to tangible. We have to realize that, yes, there is a part of us that have to do the hard work, that have to, step up and do what needs to be done and say what needs to be said. But then there's also this other part of us, this feminine part of us, even if you are a male, that has to allow mysticism and working with the spiritual side. We have to realize that, yes, we are the creators of our life. Yes, we have the ability to create change and to create, to literally birth whatever vision we want to have in our life. But we also have to realize that we are working with a power that is greater than us. There's just the mysticism, and there's just other forces that's helping us. There's other forces. People love to believe against the forces that are against us, but sometimes we don't think about the ones that are for us. So I feel like this year is all about finding that balance of working really hard with also leaning into your more spiritual side and trusting. So I feel like it's like you finding that perfect balance of surrendering, like working hard, planning, and then also surrendering and letting it go at the same time. But don't take my word for it. I'm actually going to reach into the book and get just a little bit more information. So this mysticism card is actually it's the 6th chakra card. And this is the broad chakra, your third eye. The 6th chakra reveals your intuitive focus and your inner knowing. This card reveals the behaviors you are either inherited or unknowingly chosen to copy from your family of origin. This reflects where you are in terms of your own awareness and reveals your willingness to do your own soul searching. So this card, mysticism, is this is a time of trusting in the unknown. You already sense the answer, even if it may not be apparent. Do not ask others for what they see, for you alone can see into your heart of the matter. Trust your intuitive powers to guide you. So angel number 507, exactly what I was kind of saying before. This is going to be a year where you're going to be learning how to work with you're going to be having to learn how to balance your masculine and feminine side. So learning how to really lean into co-creating. So your 2021 is going to be all about co-creating with the universe. Let's see a little bit about the workaholic, because this is actually your focus for your year. And this is all about the throat chakra. This reveals matters of communication. This includes creative focus and your ability to be heard and understood. Being able to communicate the truth you feel in your heart and bring forth all positive attributes of these cards. When you deny your heart desires, challenges will present themselves. The blue cards are a reflection of how you relate in the world. All matters concerning self-expression will be included. These include personal forms of expression such as writing, art, speaking, and presentation skills. The resulting experiences in your life are linked to how you communicate with the world around you. In essence, this means that you will not get what you ask for, but you will get what is reflected back to you. So again, learning how to create that vision in our mind, and then not being so hell bent on feeling like we have to be the ones to bring in the vision about. All it is like holding that vision, doing the things that you need to do on a day-to-day basis, but then releasing the need to control the outcome. Let's get just a little bit more information about workaholic. Here the earthly brown of creation mixes with inspiration violent. This card indicates one of the most powerful manifestation energies. Now you are very prolific. If you are creating stalls, you may need to recharge. If what you are creating stalls, you may need to recharge. Know your limits. Angel number 7. So again, this is all about learning to find that beautiful balance of working very hard, trusting your body, trusting your intuitive insights. Angel number 707. So that's what your year is always going to be about. You are learning how to co-create with the universe. All right, God. God, what information, clarify this message of being a workaholic and co-creating with the universe. What blocks are in our way from creating the visions that we have in mind? What is blocking us? What is stalling our creation? What is stopping us from connecting with the divine? What things do we need to do to help bring these creations to light without any burnout? Make the message as plain as possible. All right, so, well, that'll definitely do it. So, this all makes sense. So the card that came out underneath this with the mysticism and the 7 of swords is the 9 of swords. And as you can see, the 9 of swords is the lady sitting here. She's on this rock and it's like just swords coming in. What do you get right away? I know you can probably see this. It's just a lot of mental chatter. It's a lot that's going on. And I feel like there's just a need to quiet your mind. There's a need to kind of discover these limiting beliefs, because right now what I feel like God is saying, your mind is what's causing you to kind of activate this workaholicness. Like your mind and the way that you're driving yourself is what's stopping you and blocking you from really truly connecting with the divine and bringing these co-creations to light. But this year in 2021, what's going to happen is there's going to be, there was a tower that either happened or you're coming out of a tower. But this is like, I kind of feel like, was this it? So I don't know. I may have turned this around. So this may have been reversed. So let's take this message the reverse way and the upright way. For the upright ones, what's blocking you from what's blocking you from truly kind of connecting to your to your feminine side, co-creating with the universe, is that there's just a lot of mental chatter. You need to learn how to quiet your mind. You need to learn what are your limiting beliefs, and then once you kind of clean all that up, then you'll be able to connect with the universe and kind of be able to seamlessly easily manifest all of your desires. For the ones of you for my other people who have spent 2020 really looking into their self, really digging deep into their soul, journaling, doing energy work, like you really just feel like you have this sense of accomplishment. You're coming out of that. That used to be an issue that you used to have very bad in the past. Like you used to deal with troubling thoughts and just racing thoughts, but you've come out of that. And because you have come out of that, this is going to create a change. This is going to create a change in how you do your work and how you approach work on a day-to-day basis. For the ones of you who for the ones of you who do need to do that work, what God is saying is that as soon as you get as soon as you get a hold of these limiting beliefs and kind of quiet your mind down, it's going to create this tower effect, because it's going to completely change the way that you work. It's going to completely change the way that you co-create and how you develop your skills. Like it's going to make a shift in your work. So don't get scared when you see this tower card. God is saying in 2021, what's going to happen is that what you could be doing, let me calm down because I don't want to confuse you guys. This is what's happening in December. What you guys should be focusing on in December to go into 2021, you should be focusing on making sure that you have kind of really done, clear your mind, let go of some of these limiting beliefs, let go of some of these stories of the past. If you do that, that's going to create this tower, but it's going to be a tower that you are creating because you're releasing that baggage, you're releasing those negative thoughts, and you're freeing yourself up so that you can connect to the mysticism. For you ones that have already done that, that's what's going to be happening to you at the top of the year. It's going to be a tower, but it's a tower that you want to happen. Going into the middle of the year, what's going to happen is you're going to be at the 7 of Pentacles. So what's really happened, what I'm really seeing is that there's this growth that's going to happen. Once you clean up that mental chatter, once you realize that you can work with the divine, you don't have to work so hard. God is asking you to kind of really just go into this space of nurturing, go into this space of feeling like, you're just doing the day-to-day planting and watering your seed. I feel like what the message that I'm kind of getting is that you've done a lot of hard work. You set the foundations. So going into 2021, you do not need to be trying to, revamp and do, you don't need to do all that, because that's just your mind. Your mind have you comparing yourself to other people. Your mind got you second guessing yourself. What God is saying is that in December, all he wants you to do is set your foundation, set the vision that you have for your life, say that you're going to, release control, and that you're going to work with the divine to co-create these realities. It's going to create a tower effect. It's going to change the way that you do work. And God is saying, don't get caught up on the tower. Don't start thinking that when things start shifting, you need to change or it stalls. God is saying, no, just keep working, put your head down, water those plants, and then eventually it's going to lead you to a point of the 2 of Pentacles. So you may end up the end of the year where you kind of need to make another decision, because what typically happens is that, so say for example, when I first started my book, I was like, I always knew that I wanted to do something more than just writing my book. I always knew that I wanted angel number 1330. Let's just be real. I always knew I wanted a YouTube channel. I just didn't know how I would have a YouTube channel, what that would look like, how, I didn't know all of those different things. So my mind, and me being a workaholic, what happens is I was like, you know what? I like podcasts. I'm going to just do a podcast. Like, I'm just going to do a podcast because that's what everybody's doing right now. I started the podcast. I did it for maybe about a year or so ago. I did it with somebody else, but that person really wasn't into it. Like she was doing it because she was my friend. And so I realized that how I was working before, it wasn't sustainable. I realized like I need to change. Like I love this girl, but I have to realize like she don't like this vision. Like she's not invested in it. Like I am invested. And also is this really truly the form I want to do? I really wanted to do YouTube. I had to pivot. I had to change how I did things. So it was like as I did the podcast, I was still developing all these different skills. I was still working on my book. I was still keeping it going, but it came to a point where I had to make that decision on, okay, do I need to continue going down this path, or do I want to venture off and do what I really want to do? And that's where I feel like where God, that's where you're leading. That's how you're going to end up. That's eventually what's going to be another issue that you're going to face in the middle of the year. And here under the Nine of Swords, it was the King of Swords with the soulmate. So again, angel number 1515, what I'm saying is that you're going to get to this point because you have changed your mind, because you are approaching things different. It's going to create a tower effect, but God is saying don't get caught up in the power effect. Just keep watering your garden. But because you have changed your mind and because you got just a little bit more clear about what you want, there is going to be a tough decision that you're going to have to make regarding, really doing what is on your soul. Like, are you really moving in the direction of, what your inner child would like, what you would have loved to do? All right. And renewal was there too. So yeah, Queen of Swords was right under that. So yeah, you're going to have to make like a sharp decision and be like, hey, this is what I need to do, or if it's not what I need to do. Angel number 16. I'm going to just get you a little bit more information regarding this workaholic. While I worked, my life happened. Barry Blueberry paints and paints and paints. He has no time for anything other than perfecting his art. And Elder Barry reminds Brad that one day he will be old and shriveled too, so he better live life to the fullest. Brad takes the advice and discovers that having fun enriches and sharpens his art. He finds out that life is what makes work valuable. Are you waiting to complete your career before you live your life? Busy work may be helping you hide from your real issues. Am I working too much and suffering from burnout? Is there something important that I am avoiding doing? That's all the things that you should be thinking about. God, what is a tool that my Gemini collective can use to help get rid of some of these limiting beliefs, to stop them from avoiding the things that they really want out of life, or from hiding their true feelings in their work? God, what is stopping them from connecting to the divine and really co-creating with the universe? What tough decisions do they need to make? How should they move forward? Just give us one card, God. One card. One card. All right. So the tool that, I love this so much. I can pivot under all conditions. You have the ability to pivot under any and all conditions, but most of you are habitual in nature. And your patterns are so well entrenched that at times the fastest path to the joy you seek is for you to take your pivot as you sleep. By reaching for good feeling thoughts before you go to sleep, then experiencing the benefit of the quiet mind that occurs while you sleep, then upon waking, you will immediately turn to a good feeling thoughts, and you can accomplish the ultimate pivoting experience. Underneath this, it says, I can't tell stories of shortages and experience abundance. So what this is saying is what's stopping you and kind of blocking you from really connecting with the divine is that it's like your mental, like God is trying to connect with you. God is trying to get get you to this place where, you're feeling accomplished. You're feeling as though you can accomplish anything. He's trying to show you that you can bring anything about, but because you are allowing your mind to lead, you're working too hard. you're working entirely too hard. And I feel it in God advice. It's not even, I feel like God advice for you to kind of be able to get to this mysticism so that you're not working so hard, and so that you need to start doing pivoting, which you need to start doing sleep hypnosis. I have a playlist on my channel. I don't know if it's on this channel, one of them channels. If you're interested in it, matter of fact, if you're interested in it, let me know. Like, just leave a comment down below. I'm going to try to make sure that I link it in this video. But what God is asking you to do is he needs you to, because you're so well entrenched in these kind of limiting beliefs, because you've just been doing it so long. It's not because it's like you're just a horrible person or you're unable to, excuse me. It's not because you're like a horrible person or you're not able to come out of it. It's just because you're just been doing it so long. So it's just second nature. And so God is saying that instead of like trying to, do all of this crazy stuff, just do the sleep hypnosis. And what's going to happen is, and I've done it, and I promise you, it really does change. Like, I really felt a big difference, and I'm getting back on it because I felt such a big difference. Angel number 2012. So God is saying that for this month of December, if you take that time to at least, I want to say, just do it all of December. Like, try to do it for 21 days. Do sleep hypnosis. Even if you don't use my track, you can create your own track. All you got to do is just literally look here on YouTube, say sleep hypnosis. And sometimes I'll like literally like DJ my life out. Like, I'll be like, I was feeling a little anxious today, or I was procrastinating a lot, or I was feeling a little doubtful. So I'll just be like, sleep hypnosis for procrastination, sleep hypnosis for self-healing. Like, you can find anything, and just all of these things that are coming up or stuff that trigger you, go ahead, find a sleep hypnosis track, and then at night, God is asking you to just listen to it, let it play. And what's going to happen is, little by little, you're going to be able to break through that mental chatter, break through those boxes, and then be able to finally see the abundance that is really, truly for you. Then you're just going to have to make a decision on how you want to keep moving forward. It's not, and I feel like it's not even, it's going to be a decision on how am I going to get off of this path? Do I want to stay on the path I'm on, or do I want to pivot? Like, I feel like that is what your year is about. So God is saying you can't tell stories of shortages and experience abundance. He's asking you to really take that time to do some sleep hypnosis tracks, because that'll stop some of that mental chatter that's just kind of keeping you up at night, and that's really blocking you. That's what people don't realize. A lot of times the vision boards are not coming true. Like, you can do these, intentions and vision boards and all that stuff, but if there's just the underlying belief that you're not good enough or this isn't for you, it doesn't matter how much you do it, it won't come. So angel number 22. So what God is saying is, go ahead, do that sleep hypnosis, learn how to, just pivot. It's all you're doing is just what's happening is you're changing your energy up. Once you get that down packed, then you'll be good to go. It'll stop you from working so hard. Yeah. All right, God, give us a fortune of what will happen in the year 2021. If God, what happens to my Gemini collective if all of December they chose to do the sleep hypnosis tracks to pivot from their limiting beliefs? What comes to them in 2021? What comes to them? What comes to them? A commitment is indicated around love or business. It can make you feel better. What did I say? You're not feeling good right now. What God is saying, do the pivot. Once you do the pivot, it'll clean up. It'll make that tower fall down. It'll let your walls come down. Prosperity and abundance will be all around you. You will make that decision that, I like this. I'm going to keep going down that path. And then abundance is literally waiting for you. And opportunities, an important offer will be made. Be prepared to dress to impress. So I'm going to clarify this message for my beautiful Geminis. Gemini, your 2021 is going to be all about leaving behind the workaholic Like, you're going to stop working so hard. You're not working as hard this year. What God wants you to do is to work on your mental space in 2021. Release those limiting beliefs. Learn how to pivot under all conditions by using sleep hypnosis tracks. Once you'll be able to clear up that mental chatter, you'll be able to co-create. You'll be able to connect to that mysticism side. You'll be able to stop yourself from working so hard. You'll stop yourself from working so hard. Once you're able to kind of let go and release this block of working so hard, the tower will come down. You will be met with abundance of opportunities and new commitments, and then it will just lead you on to the next venture. So if you have been experiencing blocks, the best thing that you could do is by taking that time to learn how to pivot in your sleep, listening to them self-hypnosis tracks, and releasing all limiting beliefs. All right, y'all. That is all the messages I have for you. If it was beneficial for you, make sure that you give me a thumbs up. If you made it to the end of this, make sure that you give me your biggest takeaway. And if not, till next time, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never, ever, ever let someone tell you what you can't do. Namaste, guys. See you next month.